First of all, KBC Group has read with interest the report of the high-level group on sustainability finance and the subsequent policy proposals. We welcome the increased attention to this matter, and the number of the policy proposals are certainly helpful. Sustainability today is no longer nice to have, but a need to be. However, in our view, one should not make the mistake of thinking that finance presently is the bottleneck or the main constraint for a transition to a more sustainable world. Projects with an attractive risk-return profile will always attract the required financial means. Witness the 900 million euro of capital that Umicore raised earlier this year to fund its expansion in battery materials for electric vehicle industry. It was 3 times oversubscribed, and in this space of less than 3 hours. More generally, experience shows that credible and viable sustainable projects already have sufficient access to capital markets and/or funding through credit facilities. The biggest challenge within the next 10 years is therefore to ensure that all the needed investments are a transition and are economically viable. And this will require further action on a number of policy fronts. First and foremost, this will require more effective carbon prices along the lines spelled out by President Macron during the Brussels conference. But many more policy areas need to be addressed. A further tightening of the emission regulation for cars and other combustion engines has to remain firmly on the agenda. In energy efficiency, we are still not on track to reach our targets, and this will require concerted action at European level and in the member states. This is also an area where financial institutions would do well to take a more proactive stance. Indeed, the financial industry can make a material contribution by developing innovative financial business solutions that facilitate such investments, also supporting the circular economy by products as a service, unburden retail customers by integrating financial energy efficiency data analysis and other solutions of that kind. Regarding the proposed policy actions for the financial industry itself, creating a transparent level playing field amongst all financial players is indeed important. Initiatives on a clear taxonomy, guidance on non-financial disclosures, credible eco-labels on SRI investments and green bonds, but also integrating ESG suitability preference for all customers, retail customers, have KBC support. As each sector of activity has its own specificities and the relevance of indicators varies enormously among sectors, one should avoid the pitfall of too burdensome and detailed reporting mechanisms and avoid the risk of a tick-the-box approach with little real added value. Possible additional prudential capital requirements in relation to sustainability factors should in first instance be investigated from a risk management and not from an incentivizing point of view in order not to misuse this policy tool. It must be avoided that unintended consequences pop up due to policy decisions not well thought of. As KBC Group, we are committed to assuming our role in society. In this respect, we are on a trajectory towards contributing more effectively to sustainable growth. We endeavor to do this not only by limiting our adverse impact through strict sustainability policies, but even more so by striving to increase our positive impact, promoting and developing sustainable investments to institutional and retail investors, developing innovative financial solutions towards our customers in different domains, integrating sustainability elements in the core business processes of KBC. Last but not least, we believe we can only be effective by ensuring a true commitment towards responsible behavior by everyone in the company, read in Europe, from the top down, from down to the top. KBC is now 5 years into this journey, and the results are beginning to show. And only yesterday, at the reception for KBC's 20th anniversary, paper straws replaced the outdated plastic ones. In fairness to say, I didn't like them when I was a child, those paper straws, and I still don't like them today. But it's probably the way forward. Sustainability is not to be seen in isolation. If not substantiated by green, social and governance, it will not last. Also for the financial industry, as an active and equal partner, sustainability is key, and here lies a challenge. Institutional investors, pension funds amongst others, must be confident that in the long run, the value of their investments remains stable. SRI methodologies must not put extra pressure to liquidity. Taxonomy must be based on scientific discipline and not on a gut feeling underpinned by semi-scientific knowledge, bringing an extra layer of volatility to the market. Green does not equal non-risk. If the foundations are good, labels, ratings and transparency can do the rest. We advocate that only a balanced and considered approach will stand the ultimate sustainability test.